upstairs and she snagged another water. She debated her location. Scott would never be able to hear her over the music. She needed to text him instead. At least now she could do that without worrying about being found, and maybe her hands wouldn't shake so badly. Once she warned him, she would make her way out of Edinburgh. Her father was probably already on his way to Skye. Willa found a column near the balcony so she could watch the entrance. She didn't see her pursuers. Still, she kept one eye on the door as she typed out her message. She was on the last sentence when something slammed into her ribs, shoving her painfully into the balcony railing. The impact snapped her head to the side. She immediately ducked when she spotted a fist coming at her face. Willa recognised the women as one of her pursuers. How had they found her again? Her only thought was getting away. Willa slid to the right to bolt when a thick forearm connected with her throat. The lights spun above her before vanishing out of sight as she gasped for breath. Then she was falling. She panicked and reached out for something to grab, anything. Her fingers latched onto the cool metal of the railing as screams filled the building. Willa tried to lift her right arm, but pain shot through her. She bit back a cry and looked at her hand on the railing. Her palms were sweating. She wouldn't be able to hold on for long. She then lowered her gaze to see the dance floor cleared, people rushing out and glancing back at someone. No, not someone. They were looking at her.
"What the fuck are you doing?"
Someone shouted from above her. She tried to imagine how far she was about to fall. If she landed wrong, she could twist an ankle, or worse, break something. She glanced at her left hand and then looked back at the floor below. Her only choice was to drop and land as best she could. Suddenly, someone grabbed her arm. She started to struggle, believing it was her attackers.
"Easy, lass,"
a man yelled over the music still blaring.
"We've got you. We're going to pull you up."
He and two other men helped her get back on solid ground. She bit back a cry of pain when they yanked at her right shoulder.
"You're safe. The wankers who attacked you are gone."
Willa could barely see past the agony blinding her. "Thank you." Something warm and wet soaked her black sweater. She tentatively touched her shoulder and gasped. She licked her lips and glanced around. "I have to get out of here before they come back."
"The police are on their way."
She shook her head. "I need to leave. Now, please. It's life or death." One of the other men, a burly redhead, motioned for her to follow him.
"I work here. I can show you a way out."
She followed as he led her through a doorway and down a hallway to a set of stairs. There, he stopped and pointed. "There's a door at the bottom. This comes out of the back of the club." "Did you see where the two who attacked me went?" He twisted his lips ruefully. "I was too busy trying to reach you." "Thank you," she told him, and then started down the stairs. She halted at the bottom to call Scott, but when she looked for her mobile, it was gone. It must have slipped from her grasp during the scuffle. She didn't have money, a phone, or a vehicle. Edinburgh was a big city with lots of places for a person to hide, but that wouldn't do her any good if she couldn't contact her brother. And if she couldn't get in touch with him, once their father reached Skye and found she wasn't there, the two would come looking for her. "Can't have you two doing that," she murmured, pushing against the door. Willa opened it wide enough to look out before slipping through and away from the light. The area was dark, a perfect place for someone to wait for her. It was where she would be if she were the one doing the chasing, one out front and another at the back. She stood against the building, letting her eyes adjust to the night and studying the shadows. If someone were there, they would have already come at her. Or maybe not. She wasn't sure of anything anymore. It was hard to think at all with the pain throbbing through her. Something dripped. She looked down as she followed the sound and found blood drops falling from her fingers. Willa brought her injured arm against her, cradling it carefully. Then she crept into the night. She kept to the shadows, moving carefully. She needed a phone. What she really needed was a car. She had never stolen anything before, and she wasn't sure how easy it was to do, especially wounded. But what choice did she have? If she stayed, they would kill her. How did one even go about stealing a vehicle? It wasn't as if she could walk to Skye. Well, she could, but it would take too long. They were no doubt watching the train. Same with the buses. The only way for her to get out cleanly was in a vehicle. She had no idea how long she...